Hi, this is the Democratic Alliance Labour Report, Friday the 16th of December 2022. It's Reconciliation Day, a public holiday in South Africa, so welcome. I'm going to take you through some of the labour issues, and this is the last labour report that I'm doing for 2022. I'll see everyone in 23. If you're happy with this video, please share it with your friends. Thank you. Obviously, what we need to look at is how some of the departments have performed. The reality is the Department of Employment and Labour have been despicable, absolutely despicable. We look back on this year, the entities within the department have failed us. The UIF, the Unemployment Insurance Fund, has failed us. Many people, thousands of people, are still looking for their TERS, looking for UIF payments, maternity leave, etc. It's a tragedy. The same we can say about the compensation fund. People have been injured on duty, never been paid out. It's a real problem. The only one that seems to be working, but the department's trying to destroy it, is the CCMA, the Commission for Conciliation, Mediation and Arbitration. That's a real problem. I'm going to have a look at Home Affairs. I'm going to look at the senior public servants who are moonlighting in other jobs, public servants who have been on suspension for many years. And of course, at the end of the day, I need to wish everyone well for the end of the year. So I'm Michael Bagram, the Labour spokesperson for the Democratic Alliance. And like I said, this is Friday, the 16th of December, 2022, Reconciliation Day. So Home Affairs. We turn to foreign nationals. The foreign nationals are waiting desperately for work permits, those that we need in this country, people who have actually skills. And I turn then to my colleague, MP Adrian Roos, who's the Shadow Deputy Minister of Home Affairs, and he has looked at this very carefully, and there are enormous delays in the visa adjudication process. He's saying that there are over 56,000 visa categories, and they only expect to clear this backlog in the middle of 2024. Heads up, MP Adrian Roos, well done. Keep on them about this. We need the skills in South Africa, and the department, I don't know what they're doing, but they're absolutely useless. We need more people to capacitate the department, people who can actually work, people who know what they're doing and can actually work. And of course, MP Adrian Roos has said that they've turned these foreign nationals into illegal immigrants. It's a crying shame, and we may as well discard the scarce skills list. So well done, and great strength to his arm to Adrian Roos MP. Then we have a look at another issue, and that's senior public servants earning more than R1 million a year, moonlighting as a municipal councillor. Now, after a question from my colleague, MP Dr. Mimi Gondwe, she's the Shadow Deputy Minister for Public Service and Administration. MP Mimi Gondwe, absolutely fantastic work that she's been doing over this year. But she's telling us that there are over 300 public servants moonlighting as municipal councillors. I mean, can you believe it? They're earning over R1 million a year, and now they're taking on a second job as municipal councillors. I mean, it is shocking. And I don't know why they need two salaries, but of course they probably don't do any work in either of that. So much strength to the arm of MP Mimi Gondwe, Shadow Deputy Minister for Public Service Administration. She's done amazing work. So Mimi, I salute you. Keep up that good work. Let's see that being repeated in the next year. I am proud to be a colleague of yours. She also goes on to have a look at public servants on suspension with full pay. She's pointed out that there's some with 4 years have been on suspension with full pay, getting the increases, getting the bonuses, etc., etc. I mean, you can imagine. So MP Dr. Mimi Gondwe, Shadow Minister of Public Service and Administration, once again, well done for exposing this. She's saying that the 305 public servants currently on suspension, costing 130 million rand just to keep them on suspension. I mean, can you imagine? We're going to see more of this. She's exposed a whole lot of issues as a public servant in the Department of Defense. Has been suspended for 3 years for stealing state rations. a further public servant in the Department of Health that has been on suspension for 2.5 years for fraud, and a senior public servant in the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development has been on suspension for 2 years for negligence. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. And well done to MP Mimi Gondwe. She goes on to say that at the provincial department level, their public servants, like in the Gauteng Department of Economic Development, on suspension for 4 years for fraud. And then they're followed by a further 3 public servants in the Northern Cape Department of Education that have been on suspension for 2 and for 3 years for sexual harassment of learners, on suspension earning full pay. And it took an MP, Dr. Mimi Gondwe, my colleague in the Democratic Alliance, to expose all that. She's saying that there are the others, we don't have time in a video of this nature, who've been on suspension for 4 years. I don't know what they're actually doing, and much strength to you, Mimi. Well done. I salute you. The public service regulations, I need to say from the Labour side, stipulate and prescribe that disciplinary cases must be heard within 90 days. So I'm not sure. She's pointing out a whole lot of people, 300 of them, that have been on for years, been on suspension. It's absolutely ridiculous. The taxpayer is already under pressure, and you're now sponsoring all these suspensions. All of you listening to this are sponsoring all the suspensions. I need to say that as the Labour spokesperson, Michael Bagram, I wish all of you a wonderful Christmas, New Year, Hanukkah. Be healthy over the festive period. Be safe. I wish the leadership of the Democratic Alliance much strength. Get back your mojo, your vigor. We're all following you, and as the leadership of the Democratic Alliance, we need you to save this country. It's as simple as that. When you keep hearing these Labour reports on the absolute devastation that is being heaped on South Africa from the ANC, it is absolutely ridiculous. I also need to salute my colleagues in the Labour portfolio, Dr. Michael Carter, MP, and of course, very important, the Honourable Hinana, who is my colleague in the Democratic Alliance as a Labour spokesperson. Honourable Hinana, thank you for all the help that you've given me over this past year. I wish both of you, Cardo and Hinana, a wonderful, peaceful, healthy, happy Christmas and New Year. Thank you from me, Michael Bagram, Labour spokesperson, MP from the Democratic Alliance.